everybody, today I am going to be showing you how I store my Colourpop. So at first I didn't have a very big collection of Colourpop and it was quite manageable in a box, and then it took over a drawer, and then I just found that it wasn't easy to access all the colours because I kind of had them stacked up like sort of too deep. So I wanted to do something a little bit different, and I want to share with you how I store my Colourpop collection, because I like how it's stored now and I feel like I use things a lot more just the way they are. So I'm just first going to share with you how I store lippy sticks and lippy liners, because those are, you know, pretty simple really and straightforward. The lippy sticks. The lippy liners are in this container that I got from a charity shop for £1. It's got some quite nice little bit of sort of detailing on it, and I love the shape of it, and it's nice and big. And I've also got my Colourpop lippy primer in there. But these are all the lippy liners that I currently have, so quite a few really. I have a lot of matching sets, and that's those. And then I also have, at the moment, in the separate tub, just for now, I have the fall collection. So these are the 6 fall lipsticks and the 6 fall lip liners. So I just want to keep them separate just so I can remember to kind of use them, so I can feed back on how they are. I'm actually wearing one of them now. This one is Poison. This is lippy stick and lippy liner, and they are so amazing. The colours are fantastic. There was one or two of them that I was kind of like on the fence about whether I was going to love them, but oh my goodness, I am so obsessed with them. If they ever discontinue those, I'm going to need to get backups of at least 4 of them. So yes, I'm just loving them. So I love the lippy liners. I think they're amazing. I love the sound of them. Such a nerd. But I like to keep those separately from my other lip liners. I do not have a lot of lip liners. I'll show you my other kind of container for lip things. That's this one here. Now you're kind of thinking, you said you didn't have many lip liners. I do and I don't. Basically in here I have a couple of lip brushes, I have Marvel lips, a couple of like sort of those kind of things that make your lips look a little bit bigger or highlight around the lip area. I also in here have a couple of lip conditioners, a liquid lipstick remover, another primer, one of the invisible lip liners. I have the 2 NARS lipsticks that I got from Sephora for my birthday. I have a Shein lipstick and have a matte top coat from Maybelline. And then I have my favourite lip liner, Ozone from Urban Decay. And then also in here I have a glossy top coat and MAC's Lip Prep and Prime. But these are the lip liners that I have. I don't have a lot of lip liners because basically I'm not really a lip liner kind of girl, or I wasn't. I do use them now every time I wear lipstick because they definitely do improve like the length and the wearability of your lipstick, and I've realised that. Plus they give you much nicer edges, and when you're wearing like reds and darker colours, it is really, you do need a lip liner on to stop the colour from bleeding and really to make it last longer, and I do find it makes a difference. So I always wear a lip liner now, so I did get a lot of sort of matching sets from Colourpop. So really, really love those. And yeah, so that is how I store the lippy liners. So how I store my lippy sticks is in this container from Wilkinson's. I've had this forever. I used to have 3. One of them got water damaged just because I left it on the desk and something had been spilled. Alec had spilled something and then he hadn't realised that it had gone and ruined the bottom of this. The other one I gave to Tony, and then I don't know what happened to that one after that, so I'm not really sure. But I would like to possibly maybe try and get another one in the future, or just to like kind of organise some of my other stuff, because these are great. First of all, because they're square, they sit nicely on a shelf. Like sometimes round things, you lose a lot of space because round things, there's always those gaps in between. Do you know what I mean? Because round things don't touch exactly, whereas boxes just fit nicely in flush against the side of the shelf, and they're really great. I have them stored on a shelf, which you'll see in a moment. But what I love about this is split into 4 compartments. So on the front here, these are peaches and nude colours and sort of more browny colours. These are soft neutral pinks. At the back you have bright pinks and purples, and then in this side you have bright, sorry, you don't have bright, you have dark reds and red colours, so true reds and dark reds. And I absolutely love it, but as you can see the back is getting quite full. So yes, I'm going to be running out of space in the particularly red compartment there, and the pinks and the purples are getting quite full too. So, yes, I may need to try and get another one of these if I can. I might have a look on eBay, but this is perfect. I love that I can just put them in compartments. I know they'd all fit in one thing, and I could, if push come to shove, I could take the divider out of there and just have them in there and just have them all mixed together, which wouldn't be a problem. I just quite like them in compartments because I can kind of go, today I want to wear a bright pink lipstick, and then I can just kind of have a look and decide which one I want from there. So I really like them stored like that because I'm a bit of a neat freak. So the Super Shock eyeshadows, the bronzers and the highlighters and the cheek products are all stored in the current format that I'm about to show you now. So this is how I store them. Now these are cutlery racks. I actually got this one from B&M and it was £2.99, and it's got 4 compartments. So it's got one that goes along the front and then 3 long ones going the other way. And it's perfect for putting these in. And it means that you can see your collection. Now this is the top one, and at the moment in the top one I've got my new shadows. So I have the 8 fall collection shadows in the front here that I got, and then the 4 new shadows that I just purchased. Now once I've had those for a couple of weeks, they will actually just feed into the rest of the collection, but I like to have them here at first so I can use them. I don't want to mix them in with the collection and then kind of forget that they're there. I want to be able to use them, so that's why I kind of separate them off. And don't worry, I will film from above in a second. I just kind of wanted to quickly show you this. And then in the middle on this one, I've just got some of my favourite colours. The ones that I have in the centre at the moment are the Rumour Has It collection, which I absolutely love, and then a couple of my favourite go-to colours that I use a lot. So that's what's in there, and then along this side I've got all of my bronzers, highlighters and cheek products there. But I'm going to now turn you round so you can have a look at where these are stored, and then I'm going to go through how I've got them stored. So currently on my desk, this is my desk surface here, I have this IKEA shelving unit here. These are actually to go inside cupboards, just to give you extra cupboard space, and then as you can see on top of there is a smaller one, it's half the size, and on top of that one is another one. This just enables me to have shelves, but they're incredibly cheap. They're very sturdy and easy to clean down, and it just means that I can kind of have stuff on top and then stuff under each shelf. And then on here I've got this nail polish rack, which is just a 3 layer. I also have them in the 4 layer, which are over there with my lipstick collection on, but these ones are my special editions and new MAC lipsticks, so that they're there to use. I also have my MAC mirror in there and a couple of MAC palettes that I've made up. I've got one that I use for highlighting in inner corners, and this one which is my dazzle shadows. So that's those, and then beside those I have another 2 of these shelves. They're just stacked the other way. It's got my mirror on the top and then a little box of foundations, and then coming down you've got one shelf and then a shelf underneath. And I've just got bits and pieces I don't use so much underneath, but on here I've got powders and sponges and things. So that's how it's all set out. And then coming down on the desk surface, this is what we've got here. And basically just kind of, this is from Tesco ages ago, but it's amazing. It's a spinny thing, which I've just basically got my Mineralised Charged Water Smashbox Primer, my strobe lotion, and then I've got Fix Plus Rose Yuzu, eye makeup remover from MAC. I've got my Clear Start All Over Toner from Dermalogica, which I use every day, and yeah, that's what I've got in there, so that's great. And then I've already shown you these in a haul, but I got these green glasses, and that's my softback slide there, sorry. That I hope it's not blinding you, but I've got those. That's my Special Effects Sigma makeup collection. These are the special edition. It's the Ethereal collection, and then the concealer brush collection is in there. And then in here, I love these containers, by the way. Again, 2 for £3 from a charity shop. So beautiful, so heavy. These are like, I've got my one full-size MAC brush that I bought, the MAC mascara wand, and then just a bunch of different like little brushes, a couple of Stigmas, the mask from the Glossy Box, and mascara applicators, and a little glass flower, and that just sits in there. And then in here, this is just a jar that I got, it's salted caramel sauce actually for ice cream, and I think I ended up sitting eating it with a spoon. But in there are just all of my little mini MAC brushes from all the holiday collections. I love them, they're great, they're amazing quality. And then I've got my Besame contour brush, which is amazing. That sits there. I've got a little Urban Decay setting spray there because my full one ran out. And then this container that I got from TK Maxx, and it's a 3-section container. I have eye primers in the first one, concealer in the middle, and contour and a little couple of highlighting products in the end. So basically what happens is, and that's a long story short, right? Also I have this on here, and I may as well show you where the other Colourpop is. It's up here. Again, another little shelf just to enable me to store things underneath. It's all about kind of maximising your space. Because I don't have a lot of space really, and I do have a lot of products. And basically sitting up here, these are my lippy sticks, which I just showed you, and then those are my lippy liners. This is a lip sort of shelf, because that's my other lip liners back there. And then I have this little ceramic sort of trough thing that I got from a charity shop, and I've got a couple of MAC lip products in there. Yes, so it's all quite busy looking, but I like to have lots of things out on the desk surface. It reminds me to use them. If I packed everything away, then I wouldn't use them, but I do have kind of things very organised. So in this tall wine glass that reminds me of Big Carl from Cougar Town, which was £1 from a charity shop, I have my tall Urban Decay liners. Then in a glass back here, I have some of the smaller sized ones and the double-ended ones. Then I have another container back here that has various eyeliners in, some MAC, Touch in Sol, NARS, eyeshadow sticks, so a variety of things in there. Then coming forward, I have a little Nutella jar, and these are the NYC waterproof, city-proof 24-hour eyeshadow pencils. I have those in there. I have this lovely little container I got in Matalan. It was broken because one of the leaves is off the flower, one of the petals, and that was £1. And this is my daily skincare routine. I've got this little egg cup, which I keep my brow gel in, and my little, I think it's called a cloche, so I can read the bottom of lipsticks. Then I have my lime crimes. I got these 3 glasses for £1. Oh. 3 glasses for £1 in a charity shop. I have my MAC lip glosses in here, my Bite mini lipstick and lip gloss, and a paint and polish from the Osborne's collection. This is all mascaras in this one. I don't have a lot on the go at the minute. I never do, because I only wear them for 3 to 4 months before I throw them away. These are my brow products in this little Paris cup, which I got from TK Maxx. Behind that are my Jeffree Stars, and I have the ready to wear OCCs, and I think those are my Topshop Velvets, which are really nice. And then behind there again are a number of other lip products, so liquid lipsticks, some Stila, lots of different ones from all over the place I guess, and the same back there, which are mainly sort of sleek and stuff like that. So that's how I organise things on the desk. I know this has kind of turned into how I organise my makeup video, but I know where everything is and it just makes it so more manageable. So moving this out of the way, we have another long container from TK Maxx. This is a really big one this time. It's a lot bigger than the other one. It is 3 sections, and I have all sort of MAC palettes in here. So these are all, I've got my MAC palette back there and a couple of mirrors. I have a Urban Decay palette that I made up that I usually use for like brows and inner eye highlights and stuff. It's like not a lot of colour in there. And then in here, Maleficent, I've got the ×9, which I now have 5 of them. And then I have a couple of palettes. I've got the Colour Added. And what's this one called again? Oh, Palace Pedigreed. So I have a couple of made up palettes there. And then this is a Christmas collection little thing that I keep up there. I have this one. Is this Antonio Lopez? Yes! I have that. I love the picture on the front. And then these are more sort of different, like sort of eye palettes from MAC. So you've got Rocky Horror, Rick Baker, that's Spider Queen. I have the Cinderella, and then I have the Kelly Osbourne, and then I have 3 Rihannas of that one, and then I have the 2 of those, which I love. And then I have the Urban Decay Theodora palette, which, is that Theodora? Yeah, Theodora, which I absolutely love and I use constantly. And then I have little MAC duos. These are all made up as well, including the Julia Petite. I have the Urban Decay Basics 1 and 2 because I love them and use them all the time. And then I have the face cases from Urban Decay, which I also use loads. So that's kind of a lot of eye products that I use. And then back here. Okay, so this is something that I did and I absolutely love, and I'm going to share it with you because this is how I store my Colourpop Ultra Matte Liquid Lipsticks. So they're stored in these little glasses. I can't remember whether it's £1 for 4 or £1.50 for 4, but they're old-fashioned little glasses, kind of got these sort of very basic shape. But this is how I store them. So this one is bright pinks and purples. This one is my reds. This one is sort of basic sort of soft pinks and nudes. And then this one is unusual colours and corals and peaches. So I store them all back in a row back there. And then that kind of just separates everything off. And I really, really love how it looks. I think it just looks so pretty, all four of them just stacked back there, and that's my whole collection of Ultra Matte liquid lipsticks. Now, I'm going to show you now where the shadows are stored, which you can probably see. Now, the larger of the shelves, which is like twice as deep as the ones above, there is a big space underneath there, and I used to have blushes in there, and Colourpop used to be in this top drawer over here. But I changed it, and now this is my blush drawer. So I'm just going to pull around a little bit. So these are all my blushes now in this drawer. And yeah, so as you can see, a lot of sleek blushes. I do love them. So that was the Colourpop drawer. And now it's moved. So I'm going to show you what happens. So when I want to go into my Colourpop, I pull forward my brushes, slide that across, and then I have this little tray that I use. So on a morning I kind of decide what I'm going to be wearing, and then what I'll do is I generally get out what I want if it's like hidden behind there, put it on the tray and then put everything back. Yeah, so that's what that little tray is for. That was 50p at a charity shop. It's really pretty, really sturdy and just small, so it's quite nice. And then this is how I store the actual shadow collection. So pulling these forward, I have 3 of these. The bottom 2 are just plain metal ones, and I actually picked these up from charity shops. They were both £1 each, and then the top one, as I said, was from B&M, and it was £2.99. And these actually come at the moment with black, grey or ivory sort of rubberised edging. So pulling these forward, this is the first one. These 8 here are the fall collection, and then these last 4 are just standard collection, and they're just new ones that I'm using. And then back here are some of my favourites, plus the Rumour Willis, the Rumour Has It collection. So they're in there. And I can stack the top layer like double, but you can't really do that underneath because it then affects sort of the stability of everything else. And then in here, these are all sort of my highlighters are at the front, my bronzers towards the back, and my cheek products are along the side. So that's the first layer. Down onto the second layer. Now as I start to use the fall collection, and I've had it a couple of weeks, that will then filter into the rest of the collection, and it's all kind of colour coordinated. So in this one, these are very much my nudes. So in the front here, these 4 here, these aren't actually mixed in because this is the Coffee Break with Danny set, which I really, really like. So those are separate. Then I have the one birthday shadow that I got, and then everything else is pretty much coordinated from here. So these are sort of darker browns, going more into the mid-tone, sort of warmer and metallic shades. And then coming over here, you have some more cooler tones, and then you have some greys and stuff at the back there, and some more paler shades at the front. So it's all very colour coordinated in this particular level here, but some of the colours that are now in the top one will filter down into here basically. So coming into the bottom one, as you can see, this is where I store all of my colours. In the front I have my blue shades, and then back here I have my purples here and my burgundies, my greens and my yellows in the centre, and then over here I have the 2 duos, and then I have the peaches and the pinks and the coral colours there. So it's all very pretty and colour coordinated, and what I like about it is because everything's not like stacked up on top of each other, I can just pull it out, look and pick out which shadow that I actually want to use. And as you can see, they just slide very lovely back into there. As you can see, they sit together very nicely on top of one another, and there you go, that is what it looks like, and then just slides underneath. It only sticks out a slight amount, but it only really comes out as far as this other one beside it goes anyway, and it can't, that one can't go any further back. Because the legs run that way, they're okay to go all the way back to the wall, but this way the legs are running this way, and if I moved it too far back it would fall off the back of the desk. So that one can go a bit further back, but this basically just falls in line with the shelf beside it, so that's quite nice. And it's really very easy to kind of get in and out of. So that's how I have it organised. So it's very easy to get in and out. Like I said, I mean, with the fall colours, I don't even have to pull it out. I can just get my hand in and take those colours out of there. And that is how it is. I've got enough workspace at the front there. I think it's quite a nice little space anyway. It's enough room and I really love how it's stored. So yeah, I think you've got to be creative with the space you've got if you don't have very much space. So that's it for how I store my collection. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. Hopefully if you're having some issues with how you store your collection and you're looking for space saving ideas, hopefully that will have given you some ideas. I'm very much into using things like this, which is jars that had food in, because that's just a perfect little size for my little mini sort of jars there. And as you can tell, I just love things from charity shops. Most of the storage that is on this desk is from a charity shop, or these were in the sale at Asda, very, very cheap. And yeah, I tend to pick up my storage. I like it to look very eclectic, so I don't like all matching. Some people would have a problem with it because, you know, not everything matches. But for me, I just like all the different individual styles of storage that I've got on my desk, and it works really well for me. I know it looks a lot, but it's because I don't store things in drawers. The stuff that I do have in drawers is one level deep, and I don't clutter everything up. What I have in my drawers basically is I have like a face drawer that has kind of overflowing sort of skincare, powder, foundations and stuff like that. And I also keep in my headband and my towels and my wipes. So kind of just a utility drawer really. Then I've got a drawer that's full of like bronzers and contours and just little bits and bobs. And then I've got two MAC drawers, one which is full of MSFs and some eyeshadows and some beauty powders and stuff like that. And then I've got a MAC drawer that's just full of pigments. Oh, actually, I'll show this to you as well. I got something off eBay, and it's smaller, but it is another like little cutlery rack. So this is a mini cutlery drawer again, but it's quite a bit smaller than the other ones. And in here, I have my fluid line gel liners at the front. So I've got my basic pigments, which are two full size, which are my sort of basic eye sort of base ones that I use to kind of work other shadows on top of. And then I have kind of a sparkly white, which is good for inner corner and brow bone, and then a naked sort of colour, and I think that is called naked. And then I have mix and mediums. The two mix and mediums, which are mascara, eyeliner. And then I have these two sort of things that you mix with pigments, which is one is shiny and one is matte. Then in the middle I have paint pots. So I have 9 paint pots in there, and I'm waiting for another one, which I'll not get for a long time, but it's in my American mailbox, but eventually that will go in there. Then I have my electric cool shadows there, and I have another 2 fluid lines, which are my 2 dark ones. So that's what that looks like, and I really, really love that. And then that drawer, it's actually one of my favourite drawers because everything's kind of organised into little boxes. But that drawer is just MAC pigments, which I really love. And you've seen the top drawer, which is blushes. So I just have everything organised, and I like everything being out. I like using boxes to kind of just make things neat. There's nothing worse than a drawer just absolutely chock-a-block with makeup just kind of shoved in. I love organisation. I like that I know where everything is. It's at arm's reach, and I can just kind of go, right, I'm going to wear that today, and just pick it from my collection, and that's how I prefer to be. So hopefully somebody's found this useful, but I just kind of wanted to show you how I'm storing it at the moment, because I really like how it's working out for me, because I can just pick the colours. I don't have to root through things and kind of go, oh my goodness, where did I put that colour? Because it's all organised, and yeah, I know, I'm such a nerd. I just love being organised. So that's it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video as always. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe if you did. I'm going to love and leave you and see you in my next video. Hope you're having a great day wherever you are and whatever you are doing. Bye!
Look what I did with my crushed metallic pigments. I like towered them all together. It's like some metallic pigment wand. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. That's my lightsaber noise. Did you like it?